Civilization is crumbling around you.
Wear a dog mask, cut your dick off, bomb Palestine.
The good news is that you are not alone.
There's butthole shaving videos.
Feel bad for the minorities in LA for having to deal with the white people in LA.
You have 5 till midnight, live every Monday at 8 p.m. where you join 5 Limp Bizkit Americans to laugh at the absurd nonsense of the end of history.
Shit show right there.
Sam, stop it!
They didn't know that was going to happen. They didn't know.
I like it. I like
That
it.
was pretty good. I
like
like
it.
You know,
I did
I
like
don't
it.
know if this will work. That probably just sounded like thunder.
I heard it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so that's our new intro I made. I'm going to screw with it a little bit more. I got to put in a couple things into it. But what is up, everybody? 5 till midnight, live, 8 p.m. Every Monday. I don't have anything else prepared because I spent all my time today doing that. So
I like that you put the crackhead kid in there because I remember watching that video back when it was like first a thing, crackhead kid go. Nail the kid in the head with a freaking dodgeball, and he's
yeah, I took the volume like out of it for this, but yeah, it's I like it. I like when that happens.
Did you use AI or anything like that?
No.
Really? Oh no, that was actually impressive. The
was.
voice and everything. I'm impressed.
That wasn't my voice. I got some Asian.
Whose voice was it? You got, yeah.
And no shit. Who'd you kidnap?
Oh, I'll never tell.
Who's tied up in this basement in the torture dungeon? You're just running lines for 5 till midnight intros until
All right,
until you
all right,
kill
we're
them.
gonna say we're gonna say it again this time, but this time with some passion. All right, come on.
Sam just goes down there and whips him until he gets it right.
No, actually, I see Sam more like fucking Madsen and Reservoir Dogs. He's like, I don't really care if you can tell the line or not. I just want to torture you. He just starts cutting his ear off. Listen to Steelers Wheel. He's like,
with you.
and I don't know why I came. And Sam's like fucking dancing in the background. The evening guy's like, please, I want to go to my family. He's like, he starts sawing his toe off.
It kind of reminds me of I don't know why I thought about this, but The Last of Us. Towards the end of the game, Ellie gets kidnapped. If anybody's not familiar with The Last of Us, it's based around Joel and Ellie, and Joel is like this adult dude who's taking Ellie to a hospital for research to end this essentially zombie apocalypse. And at one point, he has 2 people trapped in this basement because he's trying to find out where Ellie is. And he's like, all right. So he like sticks a screwdriver in this dude's knees, and he says, all right, tell me where she's at. And he puts a knife in the dude's mouth and then tells him, draw it on a map. And he circles it. And then the other dude's like, oh, no. I'll verify what he said. Just trust me or something like that. He's like, that's good because I believe in it, and just like fucking shot the dude in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take no prisoners. You know?
I know that was a long way to get there, but yeah.
Yeah, no, take no prisoner. I'm for it. Yeah, I'm for it.
Yeah, man. There you go. I mean,
we
don't
should
you
be
gotta
talking
worry
about-
about it.
What we should be talking about today is Kyle's tweet that got some parties to attention.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
I have this absolute magical superpower of getting large accounts to reply to me because I'm really good, apparently, at talking shit. So, that girl who's gone viral, Lily, who I don't know where I fall on her. I really don't care that much, but I'm sure you guys know you have something that comes across the Twitter timeline. And you're like, I'm going to throw my 2 cents out there just because it's there and it's cheap content, and who knows, maybe it'll get some attention. So, she went viral, and I don't know if we could say this on YouTube, but she said, she originally went viral for saying that all her friends are dating a bunch of broke ass soft ends. So, yeah. So she also posted a video a couple days ago, funny enough, 2 days before Father's Day, where she said that you should thank a single mom today. Which that to me is unacceptable. Anybody that knows my Twitter presence and the way that I talk about single moms, they know that I'll gladly jump on that and stir that fucking shit pot right up.
She was baiting you.
Oh yeah. So I bet on it. I gladly bet on it. And she was telling everybody, oh, you need to go get married, and like that's a whole separate conversation. If you want to get married, go do that, whatever. But like, that's not on you to decide as a woman. Like, this is for guys to decide if they want to sign their lives away to a woman that they trust, right? This isn't for women to sit here and police other men on what they should do. So I said what she would probably say, and people couldn't tease this apart because I literally I tagged her and then put probably afterwards, because I said she would, I think I said, well, you know what? I'll pull up the tweet and then we can just kind of go through some of the reactions.
Pull it up.
Because
Pull it up.
It was Jamie, pull that shit up. I got some pretty good replies and I got some a pretty good following out of it. Actually, I did get a decent bit of followers. Okay, so let me present it. So Laura Loomer is normally like my stupid right wing woman that I'll piss, I'll kind of fuck with on Twitter.
She's so ugly,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, and I think 2 weeks ago I said Laura Loomer's nightmare material, and I didn't even tag her, but she just kind of walked into it. And then she said, "I'm not running for Miss America, Kyle," or something like that. And I was like, "Believe me, we know."
Yeah, we know. No, she did get entered. No, she did place high in the Westminster Dog Show, though, guys. So like, let's give her some credit for where credit's deserved.
Okay, so initially, the funniest part about this whole deal, I didn't even watch this video at first. I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna throw that out there because I just feel like talking shit. So it says, "Man, TF up," which man the fuck up. So I put in quotes, "Man the fuck up and marry the single moms, you broke ass soft ends." And I tagged her and I said, "Probably." So people started liking it and then they started retweeting. I'm like, "Oh, that's funny." So whatever. So I go about my day and all of a sudden I get this reply, and she had decided to reply to me and said, "Did I ever say marry single moms?" Nope. But nice job spinning your own narrative. FAGGOT.
By the way, hilarious.
You know what? Once again, we can give her one of those. I'll give her one of those.
Bro, if she didn't, it would have been funnier if she just looked at the whole first half of that sentence and just was like, "Shut up, faggot." That would have been even funnier.
Yeah, that would have been better.
You know what? Once again, she fired back. If I can fire at her, then I can take it. So I kind of leaned into it, and I'm at like this kind of cool place now in the Twitter world where I have like enough friends and followers that will like go to bat for me. That I have like 3 or 4 different group chats that I'm like, if I want to start shit, I could just send it over there and I know they're going to take care of it. So my friends from the Manosphere kind of jumped in and started, fighting with some of the people in the comments and tagged her. And I think my buddy Jack Napier said like, she doesn't have the tits to be talking to men like this. I was like, all right, fair enough. And, she's kind of gotten picked up by like the Groyper crowd. But this video in particular, if you look close enough, it's kind of funny. She sitting behind her, she actually has an Israeli flag. So I don't know if you could see my mouse there, but down in the bottom left corner, there's actually an Israel flag. And now
Jewish confirmed.
Yeah, maybe, but
it's enough for me.
Yeah. I guess to the larger point, I'm guessing probably what happened was because she was at Turning Point and she said that Turning Point was kind of like whatever. But the America First convention, AFPAC, which I didn't know what that was until I'm like, oh, America First Political Action Conference. But she went there afterwards. She said that everybody there was like much cooler and a younger crowd. But apparently, she allegedly did she claimed that she did mushrooms. She said she didn't have sex with anybody when she was there, but rumors going around that she did. I really don't care. I'm just saying, if there's a popular person saying that we should celebrate single moms, I'm going to counter signal that, and I'm going to talk shit. And even if she wasn't saying that, I'm still probably going to talk shit just because it's funny. And it was funny. And I got some clout out of it. And I got a decent bit of followers. And I got some interaction with some people. Some dude called me a soy boy. And he literally had like, he couldn't even grow a full beard. And like, look, I'm not the perfect pinnacle masculine fucking dude. But at least
Sam is. So it's hard to,
Look at him eating that fucking 3 cheese pizza over there. Is that 3 cheese pizza? Am I right?
Dude, Sam's so fat. It's crazy how fat Sam is. He gets away with it. He's so skinny fat. He has such a little gut on him and no one can see because the camera doesn't show it. His little fucking paunch gut. His little fucking constant college sophomore 15.
Come on, Sam. Oh God.
Yeah, you're literally sucking it in.
Look at that happy trail.
Yeah.
It's pretty mid.
Yeah. How long can you suck it in for? How many minutes can you hold that
I'm
pose?
not sucking it in. I mean, I'm not.
Can we call somebody to punch him in the gut and verify?
Yeah, I want to Houdini you.
I don't know, Sam.
Oh, now
No,
you're
dude,
flexing.
you know what it looks like you're doing on camera?
It does. Or if
Yeah,
you do
we're
weird
awfully
ASMR.
close.
Yeah, like weird gay ASMR.
But yeah,
Anyway,
so she.
If we got that chick on the podcast, that would have been great. If we somehow con that.
That was
I-
hilarious.
I thought about trying it, but I'm kind of a retard when it comes to this stuff. So, I just kind of let it go and let it kind of work its natural course. So it's still kind of moving. I think it's got, let's see, 58,000 impressions. Her tweet had 32,000 impressions underneath mine. She completely blew me out of the water. I almost got 200 likes. She has 1,500 likes. But
Well, dude,
once-
I mean,
te-
she's a chick.
she's a chick on Twitter
Yeah,
who dropped a
yeah.
soft N. So
I know,
I get it.
dude. We've been
Yeah.
dropping in since like before it was cool. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Listen,
we need a bunch of
yeah.
fucking virgins to try to want to fuck us, and then we'll be popular. That's the goal.
Listen, a
We need a
year
bunch of
ago
dude virgins.
today, I probably didn't get the job I wanted because they probably typed my name into Google and then they might have put iFunny after it and they might have saw me spell out the hard R when Nutter Butter put up a tweet with an N. And
Yeah.
that tweet, that whole thing still goes viral to this day every here and there. People will just randomly like that tweet or someone will message me and say, "Hey, I saw this on Instagram. It's got 400,000 likes." I'm like, "Okay, well, that's cool." And I think me and Pete's accounts are the only two that are like still up. It's one of his old accounts and then obviously my main account is the R. And Nutter Butter tweeted out, "N is for the way you nut at me," and then Pete, of course, followed up.
That's,
with-
by the way, that alone is a psychotic thing to tweet.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
opened
I
the
mean-
floodgates really by being psychos.
Mhm. I mean, there was no way that like they couldn't. You're on Twitter for one, and second
Wait,
of all,
wait. When you say Nutter Butter, you're talking about Nutter Butter the candy? I thought this was like a
Yes.
nickname.
No,
Oh my
okay.
god.
Okay,
Cookie
I'm
retard.
surprised you don't know what this is or what I'm talking about.
I
here.
forgot about this. I'm remembering it now, but yeah, I
Okay.
remember. Nutter Butter, like the freaking snack. That's hilarious. Why would they say
Yes.
N is for anything?
Yeah,
You don't do that.
It was wild. I remember on that same thread while you guys were doing that. I've been as a joke. I've been trying to get them to sponsor me for years.
Oh,
Yeah.
So when you guys were going through all that, I was like, "Hey guys, clean it up. Nutter Butter, you should sponsor me. Look what I'm doing for you."
I do this shit for free.
Constantly trying to fucking just throw my
Yeah.
dude for years too. I would from a kid on, I would lie and be like, "Yeah, my family like owns Nutter Butter," and no one ever one time believed me. One time, like ever once, and I was like, "That's my name. It's not a hard, crazy parallel jump."
So, no, it's not. Nutter Butter tweeted out, "N is for the way you nut at me." Pete tweeted out, "I is for the insights you gave me. G is for the good time that we shared. G is for the goals we've set. E is for the excellent memes. And I finish it up with R is for real ones, like all you guys are."
I really don't think we needed to hear all of them. We get that. That's not the point.
Well, but I mean,
What's the point?
it's wholesome.
What's the
It was
point,
a whole.
Sam?
Yeah.
What's the point?
The point is obviously that you spelled out the hard R.
I don't know. What you're talking about.
Obviously, you want
I
me to
see
sit
5
like
different
like
tweets
that?
there.
Oh my god.
I see
But it was a
5
very
individual tweets.
Yeah, it was a very, very wholesome thing. Because look, real ones that we set goals, we shared good times together, and we all had some insights.
Squad
And
goals,
we had
Sam.
excellent memes to complement it off. And people make a video of this, and now it says like, "This tweet was hidden. This tweet was hidden. This count suspended."
Yeah. Now here's something else that happened this week.
Representatives are writing rather an old
This is
wrong
real.
in Silver Lake.
Oh my
It's
god!
in
What is that?
Israel.
Wookiee?
Wait, it's in Israel.
No, this is in LA. Wait, Silver Lake. Yeah, LA. They
that a
are
tranny?
removing that is a Decepticon or a
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
person in maybe just a man in drag. I'm not sure
Brother,
how they
that's a
identify.
Wookiee from Star Wars. I've seen Wookiees. That's a Wookiee. Yeah, ask Chewbacca to talk to it.
Now, I swear to God, what they're doing right here is they are removing no U-turn signs for being transphobic. This is not a joke. This is what's happening.
Yeah, Chewbacca doesn't approve.
Here it is.
Okay,
And it
Chewie,
also
I know,
does
I told
street
them.
signs that read "No U-turn." It came down today. The signs, in addition to "No cruising" sign, LGBTQ 90s by neighbors who were targeting LGBTQ community members.
It was no coincidence that these signs were put up after the LGBT community continued to grow more in the 90s here in Silver Lake. In fact, they were part of the reason they were probably put up was because there was an LGBT bar that was just literally down the street from the same area. It's good that we're trying.
Bro, they're
Guys.
fucking legitimately retarded. They're legitimately retarded.
Guys.
They're legitimately retarded.
Really?
Like, holy shit, that's the funniest fucking. That is the best cope I've ever heard, dude.
Oh.
First of all, I know we should all like we're against this, but like honestly, that means I can make fucking illegal U-turns. I'm for it. I'm for this. I'm for less traffic rules. Is all I'm saying. But that is a wild cope. That's very funny to me.
Oh my God. They're so.
That we're finding the areas and the symbols within our own very city that continue to have these hateful remnants of the past.
The Silver Lake Community Council voted.
Dude,
It's no coincidence.
is that like, that's real? Like, I don't. What?
Oh my! I almost passed out from laughing. That was so fucking funny.
Holy
Like he straight face said, "It's no coincidence they came up." Like, bro.
I'm pretty sure it is coincidence. This is one of those things that's actually a coincidence.
Holy shit! That's good.
It's probably
That was really good.
because like normal people were driving down. They're like, dude, is this like a gay bar street? Let's get the fuck out of here.
You know they're just trapping you. Oh, dude, that is wild. That is fucking wildly funny to me. I mean, it's obviously a tragedy in society, but like humor wise, it's fucking really goddamn funny.
Dude, I don't even think like it's like one of those. It's one of those things where like if I saw a comedian making like a joke about like a parody video about this, I would
Yeah.
be like, oh, that's just overblown. Like this is getting ridiculous. But like, there's a legit city councilman right there on the news talking about it, dude.
Dude, isn't that wild? How like any joke or skit we could come up with is like just real. Like there's no
Yeah.
more like it'd be silly. This like there's no
Yeah.
more of that. Now it's just like we're the assholes for
Yeah.
like thinking that's crazy. Like
It's so crazy, dude. I mean, it blows my mind. It actually blows. Like, it's so hard to tell between like who's trolling and who's real on Twitter. Sometimes I'm like, wait, I don't know if you're actually saying this or if you feel this way.
So I just caught this on Twitter. This is completely irrelevant, but Tim Pool accuses Nick Fuentes of sabotaging the idea of American First by demanding independence from Israel.
Pool
Holy
yeah.
Whoa.
shit.
I like that.
Demanding independence from Israel.
You know what I tweeted out when I saw that video? The only thing I could tweet out was Shabbos Goy.
See, I like to think that we are independent from Israel because we're our own country. But that him saying that really says a lot from behind the curtain, doesn't it?
Shabbos Goy. It was so funny because I remember watching I think it was when he had Elijah Schaefer on most recently. He was like, "Oh, I'll just say like I don't know that much about Israel," and he's like, "Just in my replies, I'm getting bodied with people saying Shabbos Goy."
That's what's just so frustrating, dude. He's like, it's like there's a reason why Israel is the number one like contentious country to like, hey, we send foreign aid everywhere. It's not like a joke that like I get. You can make the point that like, oh, we send foreign aid to Ukraine, we send foreign aid to Burma, but it's like, but there's just this one that's like you can't really talk much about it, and when you do, you get kicked out of politics. Like it's pretty obvious. But I don't know. He always tries to play that like, oh, I don't really get why people's obsessed with Israel. It's like, okay, dude.
Dude, I'm just saying, if you look at him from the aspect that he's being paid by the Trump campaign to market himself as a fence sitter who's all in on Trump, it makes so much more sense. I can't think in any other terms. I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me a retarded conspiracy theorist, but like, there's way too many similarities. He loses his mind, literally freaks the fuck out when people criticize Trump. And then he will not touch the Israel topic. And I don't know, man, too many fucking coincidences. Something's fucking rotten in the heart of that.
Yeah, and he's like the worst one to be tweeting like when Trump got convicted of those 34 whatever felonies, and he's like civil war, like tweeting. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like what? Like you're tweeting this, dude?
Yeah,
Like,
also, are you on the front lines, Tim? I'll fucking walk over you, you fucking bitch. Like, shut up. Also, by the way, speaking of Trump, I just saw him doing like a rally speech. Yo, he was absolutely hitting dingers and jokes. He's so fucking, he's really genuinely very funny.
Wait, do you know the clip or where it's from?
No, I just happened to see it.
Yeah.
I just happened to see it in the background. And I was like kind of tangentially listening. And I just heard him like laying good fucking just boom, crushing 400-foot home runs.
Good material.
Do you guys okay? Do you guys want to okay, the video's only a minute and a half long. Do you guys want to play it?
Yeah. What are we playing? Sure, I don't give a fuck. Play it.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, no time. Yeah, time.
Yeah. Good. I have it in the queue.
You need me to do it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of scheduled other topics, so I don't know if we can fit this in.
There.
Okay, so I didn't listen to this, but
and I think we're wasting money on foreign excursions. Here's the problem. When Nick Fuentes says independence from Israel, I assure you the average person believes that's ridiculous. They have their audience. The average person likes Israel. They do not agree with Nick Fuentes on this one. The other big issue is that a lot of Christians and a lot of evangelicals want us to help Israel because of the Holy Land.
That's not true.
Regardless, my attitude is this.
Yeah,
my guy,
Not for
I'm
me.
trying to
That's
go
true
to
for me.
people and say, America first.
You're not
And the
evangelical.
first thing that pops in their
No, I'm a
minds
Catholic.
is Nick Fuentes hates Israel. What does that have to do with us securing our borders, bringing jobs back, getting rid of people like Joe Biden, getting accountability for the corruption, cleaning up our streets?
who's corrupting it?
No idea. No idea.
That's fine.
That worked out perfectly.
Sabotage the idea of America first. They take the name, they take the brand, and they taint it. They poison the well. That's why a lot of people accuse him of being a Fed. I don't know about all that.
Who
What I
else
can tell you
poisons
is
the well?
there's a lot of people who aren't going to say America first.
Who owns the boats?
Because
Tim?
Nick Fuentes
Yeah.
certainly is the most famous person pushing that message. Now, I do get it. Donald Trump pushes that message too. But Nick has run
No,
this
he didn't.
brand. And so what happens
Right.
is a lot of people are going to begin to associate America first with strict anti-Israel policy. I don't
Good.
care about Israel.
Yeah.
I don't want to fund Israel. It means as much to me as Burma and Saudi Arabia does. I have questions about our funding of all of these places.
So, but it's so funny. He pulled up, somebody argued with him in one of his comments about funding. I want to say it was Burma or something like that. And they sent them, it was like 200,000. I'm not even kidding you. Literally, it was like $200,000. It's like, dude, I understand you're against all foreign aid. I'm against all foreign aid. We all are. But like to, equivocate Israel to all other foreign aid is a little ridiculous because we've been giving them foreign aid for 80 years.
If there was
If
any
you
other
add-
country that had as much, that was getting as much foreign aid, I would be just as much against them.
Exactly.
It's
Right.
not about
Agreed,
Israel
right,
itself.
exactly.
It's about
Yes.
like what they're getting.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Also,
It's the
we
fact
could
that they've literally got
crowdfund
no-
$200,000 to
Yeah,
fund that
exactly.
country.
So like it's
We could genuinely start a GoFundMe right now and probably get $200,000 for that. country.
right. It's the fact that they've received $250 billion since Israel had became a state back in 1947. All right, that's what we're angry about. And then let's be honest here, there is a lot of Israeli influence in Israeli lobbies, and they're the only country in the entire world that doesn't have to register under FARA, the Foreign Agents Registration Act. They're the only country that doesn't have to register under that. So when you have
But
somebody
who
like
enforces that? Suck my dick. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna go around. Honestly, I don't even know if you've heard of that before till right now. I don't even know what that is. But like,
Well, yeah,
who would enforce that?
FARA basically just makes sure that like foreign countries, like they have to register under that in order to lobby or spend money with our government, essentially. So like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Oh,
Philip,
this is just okay. I'm sorry. I thought. Sorry, Kyle. The way you said it and the way I took that
I
was like
apologize.
every. No. It's not your fault. I'm retarded.
Yeah.
It's like every country just like signs an agreement with like the world. Like except Israel. And I was like, but who would enforce that like pact? Like the world?
it's
Like, it doesn't
basically-
make
yeah.
sense. Okay, I got it now. Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
done.
no, it's our government that has that. So like Phil Labonte, who I generally like, he's a retard on Israel. I'm just gonna be honest.
Most of them are. So
Yeah,
it's,
and
you know.
he had said he brought up a graph from Statista, and he showed that like all these other countries have so much lobbying money, but once again, that's because Israel doesn't have to register under the FARA Act. And I think they say that the reason why this is because like AIPAC is on behalf of Jewish Americans, but it's literally called the American Israeli Political Action Committee. And there's other ones too. I don't know what the other ones are called, but AIPAC is just the biggest one. And I know we covered this on the last show, but AIPAC, their top 3 recipients are all Democrats. It's not like they're Republicans. But Sam, you had pointed out that it's more it's more of an ideological thing rather than
The Republicans don't need to be paid to do it.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Right.
Because of the evangelicals. The evangelicals, which is a lot of the Republican base, they naturally are just inclined to help Israel for ideological reasons. So it's not that the Republicans aren't doing it. They're doing it even more fervently. But they just don't have to be paid for it. The Democrats, they need to be bought out to support them, and then they do. And this is an interesting point. Israel and Ukraine are both competing. And yeah, all of us are also very, like, Kyle, you had said this before, like we're all against all foreign aid. That's true, right? Like I know it's true for me. I think it's true for you guys as well, but that's Ukraine as well. I've spoken out against Ukraine. This is not a Jewish thing. It's not an Israeli thing. It's just they're the ones that are getting the money. Israel and Ukraine. I'd be saying the same thing if it was England or New Zealand or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just this is our country. We want our country, and maybe we'll help out Mexico and Canada, but that should be the extent of it. And like Cuba, like that's it.
Yeah.
Especially
What does
when
Cuba
like
give me in return?
Well, that's the thing. It's this is back to the Monroe Doctrine that was American policy forever. Is that like having Cuba used to be like a colony of the United States for a short period of time, like Puerto Rico. That's what it would be if it wasn't removed. We had taken it over, and it behooves us to have prosperity within Central America as well as Canada and Mexico, and the Caribbean. Like it that legitimately has benefits for us, but throwing all this money to Israel and Ukraine has nothing to do with us at all.
Yeah, I think where we go wrong with foreign policy when it comes to South America, though, is that like a lot of the America firsters get this wrong too, because they want to sanction and attempt coups and overthrow the regimes down in South America. I mean, really, I'm sure we're all for more free trade and then more kind of working with these governments rather than sanctioning them. I mean, because we have brutal sanctions on Venezuela, Cuba, and some of the other countries down there. Trump did Operation Gideon in 2020, which was an attempt to overthrow, I think it was Nicolas Maduro. I can't remember the exact guy who he was trying to install as president. Yeah.
I listen. All I'm saying is, if I was tasked with overthrowing a coup in like a South American country, that looks fun as fuck. It's all I'm gonna say. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. It looks fun as fuck.
It does look fun.
It looks
have
very
you guys
fun.
watched Jack Ryan?
No.
yeah.
Okay. Jack Ryan was actually a pretty good show. I haven't watched season 4 yet, but season 2 was all about Venezuela, and funny enough, it was actually leading up to the coup in Venezuela. But the show actually was pretty good. And it did look pretty cool because, like, the jungle and everything. They go riding on these boats into camps and shit.
cool.
I'm like, yeah, it does look pretty cool.
So
So,
a Molotov
maybe
cocktail into like a bungee house, one of those like bungalow houses, and fucking start some
Right.
shit. That looks fun
So,
as fuck, dude. I don't know.
maybe-
Like, what are you complaining about?
maybe Tucker Carlson was right in this stuff because he was down in Nicaragua with the Contras back in, I think it was the 90s. I don't know. Maybe he had the right idea.
I'm just saying that and robbing a bank looks very fun. Those two things look very fun to do. Just saying.
Yeah.
Can't trust
That's
Sam.
why
he's a
we
narc,
have video games.
But
Like Payday.
Payday 3 sucks. Not as good.
I haven't actually played them, but
Payday 2 is
I'm
great.
aware of
Love
them
Payday 2.
as existing.
And guess what? It doesn't satisfy the need. So.
Got it. That we'll get to virtual reality, and we can do all that stuff.
Oh, an armored car heist would be so much fun. In a VR, for real, like in a VR
Yeah.
armored car
Yeah,
heist.
yeah.
Would be
No,
super
that
fucking
would be
sick.
really cool.
Yeah, that'd be
if
super
it was
cool.
done well, but
You do like heat shit. Make Heat a game, by the way. Like, stop with the Call of Duties. Make Heat. Make a Heat game. A game like Heat. Do that, somebody. Video games with
just
knowledge.
screaming into the void. They don't make good AAA titles anymore. They just don't do it. It sucks.
No. Everything's trash.
No, I just regurgitate the same game over and over with like updated maps and maybe
Yeah.
a gun.
Yeah.
Dude, NCAA is coming out again this year, and Madden, and they put it in a bundle. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. Like, Madden sucks every year, but NCAA hasn't been out for like 10 years. So let's go.
Did you guys see the Disney Star Wars show Acolyte?
I refuse to watch that.
I watched.
It
Okay,
got
so
shit on a
Looks
lot.
terrible.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and I guess I see where people are saying it's woke because they have like 2 black female characters, but like other than that, I really didn't see what the big deal was.
Yeah. So I just last night watched all 3 episodes. Oh my God, Smeagol's in the chat. Smeagol is going to eviscerate me for this. But I thought that it was really good.
Here we go.
I thought it was really, really good. And like it's
Liberal Sam. Here we
dude,
go.
like I don't like for me when I think of woke, I don't think of including lesbian and non-white characters. The one thing that it is that look, they're like there's some discrimination in hiring for white men and white actors in general. Yeah, Smeagol's calling me a psyop.
Right.
But dude, like I'm sorry, I enjoyed the show. It has a compelling story. There are lesbian witches that have children in the show, but like the lesbian witches are the bad guys. They're the bad guys. The Jedi are the good guys. Like there's 2 twins that are 2 little not even black, they're mixed, black and white. He wants the Disney money. Dude, like it was really good. Like I finished watching episode 1 and I was like, holy shit, like I want to watch the rest of the show. And I watched all 3 episodes.
I agree with you. I don't think having a black lead is woke. But okay, so I look at the gay stuff just the same way I look at sex scenes in movies. Unless it really serves a purpose to enhance the story, why is it there?
But like just the existence of a lesbian couple isn't necessary. Like I don't view that as like throwing it down our throats.
It's such a small percentage of the population. The fact that would probably be a thing is little to none.
Yeah.
So that's
the
all
thing
I
is,
can say.
the gay thing is in every show now. And it's
It
like,
is.
what are the odds? What are
But
the
again,
odds that like
you could have
Star Wars Jedis and
Right.
cowboys and like all these people, and then there's like it goes back in time, and there's still like lesbians and
Right.
gays, and you're just like, dude, are you kidding me?
Now, this is a good point that Luke makes. Literally makes lesbians create life with the Force, ruining the significance of Anakin's virgin birth. I agree with you on that. So they didn't really reveal. Sorry, spoilers on this, but
all of the other part. Well,
I'm
what
not
the
watching
Luke
it.
said. Hold on.
I didn't even see it. I get it. I get it. But number one, they did. I don't know if that's actually how they did it. They kind of like implied that's how it happened, but they didn't like outwardly say it. I think it has something to do with like because they said that one of the lesbians made them herself, so she was probably channeling some sort of force. That's different than a random virgin birth with Anakin that just happened.
Yeah, but even the whole midichlorian thing was retarded when they introduced that into the fucking Phantom Menace.
Okay,
Like,
well, if that's right, so if that's the case, then who cares at all if that aspect is like destroyed?
my point is, Lucas already ruined his own thing back in '99, and now they're just re-ruining it again in 2024. It doesn't. It should have been the Force is just an essence. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just an essence.
Like
It's like
not-
an ether. Like there's this. Yeah, it's just like a nothing.
Not something that
It
can
has
be
no
measured.
form. It's just right. It's just an immeasurable force. Exactly what it fucking is. And then they're like, no, we had to make a little tiny aliens in your blood. It's like, why? It's fucking stupid.
Right. Well,
and then also, what makes them give you the ability to fucking have powers?
Well,
So
it's
still
it's
questioning.
animism. Like it's animism. It's like the way that the Force works in Star Wars after the prequels is that like it's in all things. and they just expanded on it with these dark side Force users, the witches in this freaking coven. And I'm pretty sure the witches are like I don't know about these witches, I think, but like the witches were canon far before this. Like there's plenty of different types of dark and light.
One thing that you can give Star Wars
100 years
is-
before the prequels.
100 years before Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Around there.
Okay, so one thing you can give Star Wars that they've actually been very good at being consistent across all of like their shows, their games, everything like that. Like it is impressive when you play through the games and watch the movies to the TV shows, how consistent it is across all of them. And I think like the midichlorians thing, like the reason why there's Jedi and Force wielders is probably that like different people can express the amount of midichlorians or like their ability to use the Force differently. Like there's that Sabine Wren from the Rebels and Ahsoka who can't
Right.
really
No,
use
there's-
it.
right, but
It's
that's
just, like,
but
gay.
you could just say like they have less force than Luke. Like you don't need to be like there's tiny aliens in your blood that give you the force. Like that's still retarded. Like,
Yeah,
it's still dumb.
I
It
just
doesn't
think
make sense.
The show, it doesn't matter if the show could be really good. Take all the characters out of the show, like whatever, can have a great story and maybe even great acting. But once they see something where it's like one black guy, one Asian, one Mexican, one white guy,
Right, yeah.
one like lesbian, gay character, one trans character,
Make
you
them
have-
all black. At that, I'd rather that.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's the
seriously,
unreal. It's your It's no. There's no.
we
friend
using the
group.
Force and shit.
There's no fucking friend group with one of everything. Like there just isn't.
Yeah.
Like so, it's just dumb.
I know.
It's just a dumb
And
thing.
and that's what I'm saying is like if just on the surface, like people probably didn't even like a lot of these people that are criticizing it. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that did watch it, then already went into it hating it, and then extrapolated their narrative out of it. But people like this show, like the trailer came out, and it was just getting dogpiled, and we had no idea what the show was about. And it's just because there was literally like the two main villains were black. An Asian dude, a black kid.
Well,
like, all
so
these, like, all these
the
things.
two main villains were a white woman and a black woman, not two black women. But it does. Look,
You know what
you
I
guys are right with the criticisms that you have. Like I'm with you on these criticisms, but I view like the issues with the sequel trilogy, at least episode 8 and 9, as like way worse than anything that's in the
those
show.
were, but those were that's
7,
that's
8,
like
9
the,
were
if
so
that's the
bad.
bar.
7 was fine. It wasn't anything good because it was just a rehash of 4. I liked 7.
I agree with you.
8 and 9
It
are
wasn't
bad.
terrible.
8
Actually,
and 9 just took me all out of it.
Hold on. You
Yeah.
know what was terrible in,
Yeah, 8
in,
was
in,
terrible.
the, in the Force Awakens? When it was fucking terrible. When Jesus Christ, Kylo Ren fought Finn in the woods with the lightsaber.
Yeah,
and
that
Finn
was
is just
dumb.
battling
Yeah.
him equally, and I'm like, so he's like the son of Vader. And this guy
Yeah.
with zero training with anything,
Yeah.
or a lightsaber, or the Force, he's like holding his own. And then Rey, with
Yeah.
also no training, holds her own. That
Yeah.
shit drives me fucking crazy. Because it's
Yeah.
like, take
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
all the Star Wars shit. If this is just the straight up fight, the more trained dude is going to fuck you up 100 times out of 100. Like,
Yeah.
But
it's
they,
just so
they
dumb.
didn't even expand on that because I thought like, oh, this is like hinting that he's going to be a Jedi later on in the show. I
Right,
thought,
yeah.
oh,
right,
he's gonna
right.
be-
Yeah.
No, not a Jedi. His character gets like completely sidelined by the final.
Do you know why that happened?
No.
The Chinese market didn't want blacks. I swear
Are
to
you
God.
Oh,
serious?
that's true. They
I
took him out of the
swear
that's true.
to God.
That's true. They took him out of the poster. All the posters, they just
No
removed.
Because
Yeah, they
he
removed him
was-
from the posters. 100%.
He was like, I liked his character in The Force Awakens actually quite a bit. Like, I'm like, oh, there's
Yes.
like potential here.
Oh,
He was
that's
the
another
most
thing.
interesting character.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
And then they try to make him and Poe gay.
Yes, they did.
It's my point. Fuck you, Sam. Cunt. That's my fucking point. It's like,
Oh, Ray.
unless it fucking,
Ray.
unless it fucking enhances the unless it
All right, all right.
enhances the
China
story.
podcast.
It doesn't make sense. One China,
No,
we're a
yeah.
one China
But
podcast.
that's the thing. That fight where Kylo is like toe to toe with this untrained stormtrooper, that is more egregious of a screw up and takes me out of
Yes,
like the
I'm-
immersion
I
in the
said
show. But it takes me that like I'm saying all of these things are way worse than anything that's wrong with this show. To me.
I remember watching the movies, literally rolling my head back and being like, "Yay!" Like it's so dumb. It's just so dumb.
I went and saw episode 8 with my dad. My dad fell asleep.
It was so
asleep
bad.
and he fell asleep. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like,
Dude,
"You
then they
just wanna
force
know."
a love story between Finn and Rose. It's like none of it made sense. It's just
Well, yeah, Finn
so
and Rose. Yeah, the love
bad.
story between Finn and Rose, and then like randomly Kylo Ren and Rey are kissing by the end, and then she
Bro,
says,
it's
my
dog
name's
shit.
my name's
the
Rey
biggest
Skywalker." I was like, "What? Why is your
Yeah.
name Rey Skywalker?" That made no
Dude,
sense.
the biggest thing that pissed me off about episode 8, and this is probably so trivial, and I don't know if you guys will be as mad, but they brought in that new pink-haired girl that was like friends with Leia, whatever, and she
Yeah,
like
the Admiral.
sacrificed
Laura
herself.
Dern.
Yeah,
Laura Dern's
so
character.
she sacrificed herself, dude.
Bro.
Right before that, Admiral Akbar just died. Like this guy was in the battle against like the
yeah.
Death Star, and like
It's a
killed him,
trap!
Like, he's
Yes.
like nobody. And then
Admiral
he brings
Akbar's
in this-
lore, by the way. You want to get real fucking nerdy?
dude.
I'll get fucking nerdy. Admiral Akbar's lore. He was like a
Yes.
fucking hero in Calamari, where the fuck he comes from. I forgot the planet name. It's like Calamari or whatever. He's like a fucking amazing all-star pilot. Had like racked up so many kills against the Empire.
Yeah.
Joins the fucking rebellion. Fucking takes him down twice with his fucking tactics, and this cunt gets him fucking killed to make her fucking point.
Yeah.
That, like, I know best. The whole time Poe is like, "Hey, just tell me what your plan is so we are like all involved here." And she's like, "No, you're just a hotshot dude." He's like, "I actually kind of want to keep us alive. And I think it's important for your secondhand guy, me, to know what's going on." And the whole point of that whole fucking bid was for them to be like, men are stupid and just going with their cocks out. Women are smart. No, they're fucking retarded. Legitimately retarded. She got so many people killed for no reason. She fucking she tries to arrest Poe, sidelines the whole fucking thing. Akbar dies. That guy's a fucking hero. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck Lucas. Fuck that cunt. Fuck it all. I'm done.
Yeah, there we go.
Cleveland on that.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Clip it. Yeah. You're not wrong.
Your show sucks, Sam. Stop defending it.
Dude, that
No, okay, so
all of the
actually-
problems you're talking about are the sequel trilogy. Like this show is not that bad. Like, yeah, there's issues with it. The music is really good. The acting is pretty good. Like, the visuals are great, and it's got a compelling story with these two twins, one of them good, one of them evil, and their issues. And like Star Wars, Smeagol had said earlier in the thing, like, the Jedi are evil. And a thing with Star Wars has always been that, like, it's not clear cut. Like, it's not clear cut who's the good guys, who the bad guys. Like, the Jedi are often portrayed negatively. And now we have this thing where it's like, there are the Jedi, but it's 100 years before. And then they have these witches that are like the bad guys, but then they have positive traits of them. And then it's like up in the air. And it's like, there's good and bad traits of both. There's issues with the Jedi. There's issues with the witches. And I like it. I think it's pretty good. I don't like, it's not a freaking epic. Like, it's not going to be like it's not going to be a classic TV show, but I'm at least enjoying it.
Did you like
Yeah,
The
well,
Mandalorian?
okay.
I loved The Mandalorian.
The
Besides
Star
season
Wars
three.
Mandalorian was great. No, Mandalorian was
Star
great
Wars,
because-
the Star. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say because Favreau. I remember Kathleen Kennedy wanted to. She was trying to like fuck with it, and Favreau was like, "I'll take Filoni and go if you don't fucking stop." And she's like, "Noted," because he was like, "I don't." And by the way, I'm sure Favreau's a shit lib like everybody else, but at least he cares more about actually making a good product than he does
Right.
about his bullshit shit libbiness. So he's like, "I don't really just let me make a good fucking show," and then like that's why it's consistently the only best thing they put out because it's just the fucking show.
The Star Wars shows are actually pretty good. Like even the animated ones, Clone
like
Wars was phenomenal. Rebels was really good. Bad Batch I thought was really good. The Book of Boba Fett was okay. It was just kind of like cheesy fan fiction, which was like okay, whatever, man. Mandalorian was really really good too. Obi-Wan
Andor was killer. Obi-Wan
Andor was really
Kenobi
good.
sucked. Kenobi was my
Kenobi
least
terrible, terrible,
Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, that was garbage.
I liked Andor, but I just it didn't feel necessary. Like
Oh, really? I mean,
No,
none of
I
us
loved
I
did.
didn't think I
We
liked
know how it
but
ends.
I
He dies.
didn't think it was
I mean,
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, why not elucidate upon, like, let's say, Qui-Gon Jinn, or
Elucidate.
maybe.
I agree with.
I would love
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon, yeah.
yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
expand upon more important characters. Like, and not that Andor isn't important, but like, there's so many bigger, more important characters that you could expand upon their stories a lot more and do a lot more with. Whereas like Andor, in my opinion, just like a relatively insignificant character in the grand scheme of Star Wars. And like the Rogue One was the best movie they put out.
Oh, I loved
since
it.
Disney took over. It was
So good.
phenomenal.
I loved it.
You know why?
Yes.
Because it was a war movie, not a Star Wars movie.
And Andor was
Yeah.
more like a war show. Like it was a war
Yes,
show
it was a
in
spy
a Star
show.
Wars setting.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why people who weren't into Star Wars could watch
Yeah.
Rogue
Well,
One and
you
be
know
like, "Oh,
what?
this is just a
Ahsoka,
fucking
yeah.
World War II movie." Like,
Ahsoka was I thought Ahsoka was a really, really good follow-up to Rebels. I actually liked Ahsoka a lot as well. But yeah, Andor, I liked kind of like almost the moral ambiguity to Andor too, because I remember
Yes.
at one point towards the end of the show, he was like, no, he killed somebody. He's like, I want to go. And like that right there was kind of like a moment where, oh, Andor's not always the good guy. Like shit like that kind of throws it for a little bit of a turn and changes the story up a little bit. And I think added a really, really cool element to it. So I like that show. It definitely wasn't my favorite one, but I still thought it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka season 2 though, because they picked the perfect actor for what the fuck is the one dude, the blue dude? Oh my god, it's
Oh, Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Admiral
Thrawn,
Thrawn. I thought
yeah.
he played his character amazingly.
Yeah, dude, the shows are good. Like I like Mandalorian's the top, I think, and then Andor
Yeah.
for me, and then Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, and then Kenobi. Kenobi was just bad. Kenobi was bad.
You didn't watch
remember
any
that, remember that,
animated
remember
ones?
that chase scene?
No,
when
I
they
don't. I
chased
don't like
Leia
the
through the
animated
woods.
ones.
Remember
The
in
chase-
Kenobi when they chased Leia through the woods, like little daughter
Yes,
Leia,
I
yeah.
do.
and it's just like a slow like lump, like you would catch this chick and she's 7. You would be like, "Come here," and like you would grab her and like they're like slowly dodging like a branch, like shit like that is like the fighting with Rey and fucking like Kylo Ren. And shit. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. It takes me out of it immediately. I'm like, this is so
Yeah.
fucking fake. If you want to make it like a chase scene, do better. Like it's not hard. It's so shitty.
Yeah, I mean they could the Han Solo movie I didn't think was actually that bad either. Like
It was
wasn't
fine. It was
great.
fine.
That was
Yeah,
my
it
least
was-
favorite one. I thought
it
it was
was fine.
terrible.
Really?
No, I don't think it was terrible. I think it was fine.
Okay.
I didn't like.
that.
Well, that's my opinion. I didn't like it.
Sure. Yeah, I thought they could have picked a better actor. Like I thought the content of the movie was overall good, but it did feel a little hand-fisted. But yeah, Rogue One, like you guys said, was like more of a military movie, and I liked all the characters too. Like
So
all
good.
the characters had a good kind of
So
arc,
good.
from start to finish, and then like that whole where they're storming the building and everything. It sucks that they all die at the end because it's kind of like, oh well,
But
you
that's
just,
what
like,
makes it kind of awesome. Because it's like a war. No, because it's like a war. It's like a true war. It's like
Okay.
we sacrificed. We had
Okay.
a fucking
The
for
Dirty
mission.
Dozen,
Like,
but Star
dude.
Wars.
That's
It's like-
literally
it's like-
how the New Hope starts.
Right.
That's literally how it
Yeah.
starts.
That's why it's so
Rebels,
awesome.
super-
Oh, fun fact.
Dude, when Darth Vader slaughters all those rebels,
Oh, bro,
oh my god.
that's
dude.
the
It
best
was
scene
the
in any Star Wars
coolest-
movie. By
It's
the way,
awesome.
Yeah, it was the coolest
not even
thing
close.
I've
That's
ever
the best
seen.
one. So, fun fact, in A New Hope for the original, like the 70s, when it's red team, gold team,
Yes.
right? There was no blue team because they had to use blue screens back then and shit for this visual effects, so they couldn't like have a blue squad. So how they
really?
retcon that was in Rogue One, blue squad dies in fucking Seraph. They're the team that goes down in the shield and fucking fucks up the Imperial Walkers and shit, and the TIE fighters while the ground team does their shit, but they all die. So there is no blue team come New Hope. It's just red and gold. So fun
That was
little
smart.
Wow, I
fucking
didn't
yeah.
know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
smart.
Anyway, no, I love that's why I love Rogue One because it's such a good war movie. It's like, yeah, no, you all
So
died,
good,
man. That's
dude.
how it goes sometimes. Like everyone dies. You don't win because you're the good guys. Quote unquote.
Mhm.
I would,
Yeah,
I
and the
would
cool
always
thing-
with you. Sorry, look good. A typo good.
I was gonna say the cool thing about I know Sam, you haven't watched the animated, but the Clone Wars specifically, you learn a lot more about the Separatist, and that was I thought was
Yeah.
the most fascinating thing about the Clone Wars
Yeah.
is because you have no idea, like you just think they're bad because Dooku's
Right.
bad, he's with the Emperor,
Yeah.
they're like they got the
Yeah.
droids, but
And then
you
Dooku's not
learn-
even bad.
Yeah, then Dooku's really not like he's not like that bad, but and then like the Separatists like actually have very valid reasons why they're separating from them. And you're like, damn, dude, maybe I'm a separatist in this whole thing.
Yeah, well, I thought like
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
That's the
specifically-
natural libertarian stance. Sorry, Kyle.
No, that's okay.
It's true.
The first like 2 seasons of Clone Wars are pretty like rough around the edges, but then after season 3, I mean, it gets so good. Like especially towards like the last 2 seasons. And I like how I think it's like the last 3 episodes of the last season is like after episode 3. and they kind of like tie some stuff up there. They
Yeah.
have like the part where Darth Maul comes back, and I think it's like the 5th season. Like there's just a lot of cool stuff in there. And then if you watch Rebels, at the end of that, you get to see it's a very, very brief fight, but it's like a very, very interesting thing when you kind of dissect it. The fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul in Rebels. And
Oh, yeah.
someone pointed this out to me and I didn't realize it, but they had like a whole article on it. The move that Darth Maul tries to do when Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul in Rebels, it was the same move that Darth Maul tried to do on that he did on Qui-Gon Jinn when he killed him. So he
Yeah.
went to go hit him with the lightsaber in the face. That's when Obi-Wan fucking stabbed him and killed him.
Right,
And it was a very, very, I don't even think that fight was like a minute long, but it was so cool because like when you understood all the lore behind it and kind of like the lead up to it,
Yeah.
it was so interesting.
Someone also, this one's just stupid, but someone
Sorry for the
also
spoiler,
broke-
by the way.
Well, someone also broke down their elevation, and Obi-Wan Kenobi slightly had higher elevation, and you know how he said, "It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground."
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he had slightly more elevation
Right.
than Darth Maul.
Dude, I
Wow.
wish Star Wars would do like 30-minute shorts, like for like things that we heard like in the background of Star Wars. Like okay, for example, is like in Return of the Jedi when they get the plans again, and I can't think of her fucking name. And she's like, a lot of Banthans died for this. Like, show me that battle.
Yeah.
Like, show me the battle of the
yeah.
Banthans getting the fucking plans again. Like, show
Yeah.
me that
'Cause
fucking.
That's really all in New Hope. It was really, or I think it was New Hope. And it was really just a one-off line that was like Mandalorians died for this, or I don't know what's Mandalorians. I
Bothans.
don't know what they
It's
said.
That was Return of the Jedi.
That's it.
Return of the Jedi. Because obviously in Rogue One they got the plans through the Rogue One thing, and she says that in the third in Return, in 8. I mean,
Oh,
in
I thought.
6.
Gotcha.
She says it in 6 when they're in the fucking little stupid.
Oh, okay.
chamber.
So you guys mentioned this kind of reminds me of a little Easter egg that I think it was Red Hawk pointed this out to me when it was in a group chat or something like that. Okay, so Sam, pull that shit up.
Huh?
Or Adam, pull that shit up.
I got it. There you go.
There's a little Easter egg from season 3. I got a Reddit tab pulled up. Okay, now watch. So whenever you see, so this is oh, what the hell are you doing?
Oh.
Grievous pulls out his lightsabers, and then watch the droids. Gets his attention.
Oh yeah, I've seen this before. He's like, check it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
it's
does
something
the
like
check it
so
out thing.
simple and so dumb, but he's like, "Oh, dude, look at that!" Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I actually liked episode 3. Episode 3, like Hayden Christensen is an awful actor, but like I still like the story overall in episode 3.
Revenge of the Sith was good, dude. Revenge of the Sith was good.
It was.
Yeah, no, it was good. It wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't terrible. I mean, Clone Wars was. I mean, Phantom Menace were pretty not great, but there were cool
Phantom Menace
things
was
in-
tolerable. Clone Wars was
Yeah.
not.
No, but there were cool things that, like seeing what's his Fett in like Clone Wars was cool, and like the Grievous is a cool character, by the way. Like he's a cool
Yeah.
character. Like like there was, but yeah, as a whole, it was pretty bad. It's pretty
Dude,
fucking.
did you ever read the theory on Jar Jar Binks?
Yes, he's actually
Yeah.
a Sith Lord.
He was
Yeah.
there's actually a lot of evidence that actually points that George Lucas had a lot more intended with
Yeah,
his
yeah,
character,
yeah,
but he
yeah,
was
yeah.
just so hated after the
Yep.
first one came out.
That's why he should have done it.
Yeah, he should have, but he just
Yeah.
wrote him out of the story.
Sucks.
Basically, I
Lucas
mean,
sucks.
like he's briefly in the second one, and then like barely in the third one.
Yeah. In Clone Wars, they expand upon a lot more, pretty much like the whole Grievous deal, which I don't know. That's why Clone Wars might be my favorite of all the side shows, just because like the depth of the story, and you get to see a lot more about all the different Jedis, kind of like I can't remember all that. Kaede Mundi, I think his name is,
And it was ran by Cartoon Network at first.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, they actually
Yeah.
had to wait a while to finish the show because Disney
Right.
bought them, so Cartoon Network had to stop making it. They didn't have rights to it anymore.
Yeah,
So
I
they
want to say
ended
that it
finishing it
spanned like
later.
10 years or something like that. It was a show that ran for a good while, but probably because, like you said, Disney bought it off of them.
Yeah, those cunts, dude.
Yeah. My favorite droid. Okay, what is everybody's favorite droid from the whole Star Wars series?
BB-8.
I mean, it's
No, I'm
is
kidding.
hard
I'm
to
kidding.
pass
I like
on
BB-8.
too.
But
It's hard to pass
Yeah.
on. I know it's like, but he is like the funniest.
Chopper. Chopper's my
Chopper's
favorite
good.
droid.
Chopper's good too. Chopper's
The
good.
two.
Honestly,
The
I didn't
fuck-
hate
he's the
BB-8
funniest
either.
one.
BB-8.
Yeah.
I didn't hate BB-8.
I didn't hate
No,
BB-8
BB-8's
either, but I
Yeah.
think Chopper was probably the funniest one, just because like the attitude and like the different expressions that he had.
The droids in Book of Boba Fett are the best, though.
You
They're
got to
good,
watch the animated shows, Sam.
Okay.
I know you said you don't like them. I think you should give them a genuine
They
chance.
just, I've
Chopper's good.
tried. They just don't hold my attention for some reason. I don't know why.
yeah.
It's just hard to beat R2 with his classic just. Just
I didn't
it's
want to
just-
be like that guy, but I was like,
I know,
I'm
but you
just gonna
have
go
to.
R2.
You have
because,
to go
like,
R2.
R2's
He's
like,
the best
you know
one.
what? I think Chopper is just because of like the attitude and the sass and everything. I think Chopper.
You know what?
just beats
C3PO's
R2
just
a
like
little
he's
bit.
an annoying bitch.
He's a gay
just
bitch.
bitching the whole time.
C-3PO reminds me of me.
Yeah, you're the C3PO. You're the C3PO of this group for sure.
All right.
Just never
I'm
having
fluent in over
fun.
9 million forms of communication.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of choppers and R2s, and you're just fucking C3.
Good
holding
heavens.
back. No,
Get
I
shit
think
done,
Chopper was able to
you're just bitching.
express more because it was animated. Honestly,
Yeah, he's cool. I really liked him too. I don't really know all the droids though, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much got like BB-8, R2D2, C3PO,
if you're doing the main ones, there's only a handful.
R4. Yeah.
There
was
was one in Jabba's palace that fucking tortures other droids. I forgot his name.
Yeah, that's
Who
what
is-
I'm talking about.
who is the droid for Rogue One? Because I liked him too.
KS2O.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
K2SO.
yeah, that guy.
K2SO.
I liked him a lot.
K2SO. K2SO. Yeah, K2SO was good too. Yeah, he was funny. That was Alan Tudyk, just being good comedic timing.
he-
But that's
great.
that's some good fucking.
Chopper
we just talked Star Wars
certified
for like a half hour.
Yeah,
sure
Chopper
did.
certified. Pull that
Yeah,
Chopper
yeah,
certified.
yeah, I
wanna pull
war
that up.
criminal mass
Berged out
murderer.
there.
That's pretty funny.
The highest
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah, and he was in
yeah.
he was in Rebels, he was in Ahsoka, and Bad Batch.
Yeah, he was in a lot. We talked Star Wars for like a half hour. That was crazy. We got so passionate on. So we weren't passionate about Star Wars, and we did about people calling us faggots.
Yeah. I didn't realize we all like Star Wars that much.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a
yeah,
Boba
okay.
Fett tattoo on my wrist. What do you mean?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's me. I'm out here studying your arms. I see it now. Wait, that's Angry Beavers?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Most of my arm is the '90s cartoons, and then I have like Rick and Morty, and then like Boba Fett and the Joker and stuff.
I
Why
gotta-
are you gay?
Part of my
You're gay.
sleeve right there, I have
You are
a
gay.
saying, I have a saying from World of Warcraft on there, Loktar Ogar, which means victory or death. So
Yeah, see,
I'm
we're all
totally
gay.
down with it. Yeah, man, it's all right.
Dude, there was a lot of guys in the Marine Corps that had World of Warcraft tattoos.
No shit.
Thank you, Luke.
Yeah, dude. There was
you,
like
Luke.
3
Thank you, Luke.
guys in the
That's fucked.
shower in my boot camp, and I was like, "What is your tattoo?" And he's like, "It's from World of Warcraft." I'm like,
I like how you had
Really?
to specify in the shower.
"Well, that's when I saw him."
Typo sitting there looking at their dicks. Oh man, you have a tattoo too.
It's meat
You
gazing.
get bored. You don't get a cell
Uh,
phone in boot camp, guys. You get bored. You're looking around everywhere.
I got it.
Looking at dicks.
Yeah, man. What are you gonna do? I mean, you gotta make sure you gotta judge how you're measuring up. You know, man.
Good
No, it's-
God.
It was hard to compare.
I gotta go.
Hard.
Want to wrap it up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up.
Follow me on MySpace.
Follow Sam on MySpace.
Yeah.
You can
go
you
check.
can follow me. Oh, go listen to Kyle. Let's go.
Yeah. Make sure you go check out our Boys in Tower gang because I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but
Yeah,
those
no
are
idea.
all great guys. I know maybe some of those people aren't my biggest fan right now, but you guys should go. support them
What?
'cause they're good
Why?
people.
Yeah.
We'll talk off air about it, but
Okay.
regardless, yeah, check me out in Liberty and Health. I have David Patrick Harry on this week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Cognitive Vigilance. I don't know if we're going to be doing a show this week, and a Common Crown as well. We'll be opening up for Hinder on the 30th of this month. Rock for Life 2 days before that. So Drowning Pool next month, and then Flaw in August. So we got a little bit of a pack, or not a pack schedule, but we got some cool shows coming up. So that's a Common Crown. We'll have new music out hopefully before the end of the year. And yeah, that's all my plugs.
Boom. At Adam Nutter on Twitter. Go follow me now, faggots. And then just go listen to Cult of Us. Also now, go subscribe on YouTube. YouTube.com/Cult of Us, and come see me do comedy. I post all my shows, so just coming out.
Yeah, check out Biting the Bullet. Me and Luke, we got well, it hasn't come out yet, but it'll come out soon. We're gonna have Paz on. We're gonna find out if dinosaurs are real. So
They're not.
I don't really
They're not.
know, but This is what Paz is probably going to convince me of. And after like 1 hour of talking to him, and then we have another guest coming on, Lee from In Block Press. And so be on the lookout for that. They haven't came out yet, but they will be out soon. Biting the bullet.
Nice.
Okay. End it.